Big up, everyone. It's your girl, Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk. I'm here with Miguel, who's been here yesterday for the match reaction. He's
Yep,
having a little bit of issues with his camera, but he's here and
yep,
joining me for the match preview for obviously Nottingham Forest versus Man United. It's going to be away on Sunday. I believe Eric Ten Hag did have a press conference earlier today, so we're going to be, talking everything surrounding the upcoming game, team news, injury updates, and all of that. But Miguel, you and me did speak a little bit before the live started, and how are you feeling, brother? Tell the audience.
First of all, thank you for having me. Very, very good pleasure to be on here again. And obviously, yesterday was not the best day of the office, clearly, but we're back again on with another show, and feeling a lot more better, a lot more relaxed, no problems, and yeah, looking to bounce back for the next game, 100%.
100%. No, hey, I feel the same way for sure. Let me say hi to the comments as well. Brush with the like, share, and sub. Big up to you, Brush. And Miguel himself says, big up. Can't wait for the show. I mean, hey, big up to you, Miguel. Yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
Luca here, Arsenal fan. We are all right. Are you okay? And we have Amphil Uncle Rods, big Liverpool fan. I'm a co host on his channel every Saturday for the panel debate show. Cannot wait for that. Tomorrow's that's going to be exciting. Big up to you people. Do subscribe to Amphil Uncle Rod's channel and also do subscribe to Lucas' channel as well. Hello, Raja says hi, Miguel. Big up. KFC Man City
Hello.
supporter. Hope you're okay. Says 1-0 Forest. Injury crisis for United. I mean, we'll talk about it.
Mm,
Our predictions will be coming more so at the end of the or later of the show and whatnot. So we'll save it to then. But Miguel, we have the whole injuries kind of creeping up at this point, just piled up yesterday
yeah.
and whatnot. The key players missing out for the Sunday game. So an update for in terms of the Martinez
Yes.
injury. I believe it's not, luckily, it's not necessarily an injury that will keep him out for, months and months, which a lot of us, were concerned about. But it's
Mm.
definitely an injury. It's better than expected, and he can recover in 6 weeks. But regardless, at the end of the day, the season is done for him, which is very
Yeah.
much unfortunate. How
Yeah.
big of a miss do you think that Martinez will be for Man United?
Yeah, of course, it's a big miss. Obviously, he's the butcher himself. I mean, he's the one that makes the back line a lot more stronger. He is the another leader in that back line with Varane, obviously, another one injured as well.
Yep.
So, with him, the two centre backs that are going to probably start on Sunday, they have to really step up their gear
Mm-hmm.
because five-time Champions League winner is not going to be there. Martinez is not going to
Oh,
be there, and like they need to take this opportunity to say, you know what, they're out.
yep.
The focus is going to be on us now. We have to really kick it up to gear,
Mm-hmm.
and we cannot let the team down. We can't let the fans down. All that.
Mm.
So on the thing, I'm happy. At least he's not going to be out for a lot of months. That was my biggest fear. That
Same.
was the biggest fear. So like you said, like he's gonna be only out for 6 weeks. Just gotta let him rest.
Yeah.
So probably he's gonna be back for the new season. Basically,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
basically what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a big miss. But this is where we have Lindelof Maguire to step up now.
Yeah. I mean, Maguire
Lovely.
is someone potentially to be able to play on Sunday. He wouldn't be able, regardless, next Sunday since he has that suspension in the FA Cup. So you
Oh
kind of need
yeah.
to rely on him. Not that I want to use him. Also, one thing I want to say, I did look back, when we were talking yesterday, and I was kind of like, I think maybe my emotions might have been a bit high, and I was kind of in a way. There's no agendas, but I did feel like, okay,
Hmm.
so if you might have scapegoated him for that second goal, which it was an own goal and whatnot, but it wasn't his fault. Like, what are you gonna do? Are we
Yeah,
just going to be, removing set and whatnot? So I looked back at that a couple of times. I saw a video on
yeah.
it on Twitter, and I had to just put my hands up and be like, hey, apologies. It He wasn't his fault.
I'll
For
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I mean, both of the goals that let's be honest, Sevilla yesterday, they didn't even they could be playing against us the entire month and they couldn't score a proper goal against us. They had to rely on
mm-hmm,
two. And let's be honest, that's just bad luck. Honestly, the two own goals that they score with Malacia and Maguire. I mean, let's be honest.
mm-hmm.
What could have Maguire done? He could have done nothing.
I
Honestly,
know. Yeah,
he could have done nothing. It's just bad
exactly.
luck on his part. Bad
Yeah.
luck, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yes, I just wanted to
Yeah,
put that out there and whatnot. But
yeah,
but also another thing, like it was just it was kind of like putting, more fuel to the fire and just like the cherry on top of the cake and whatnot for him to get that own goal. Or
yeah,
basically, literally, Man United did score 4 goals, but it was two of them was for the opposition team, which was of
yeah,
course very much unfortunate and whatnot. But it's still, I mean, I'm not as angry as I was yesterday, but it's still it's still
It
annoying,
it
especially
it
if we
hurts.
it
It
does
hurts.
exactly. And if we do next Thursday, not come back and whatnot, or don't qualify, we will be remembering yesterday's game and whatnot. But now the focus obviously is on the league. I know that Luke Shaw potentially could be available. He might be back. The same with, I believe, also Scott McTominay, as I heard.
McTominay, yeah,
Um, so yeah, there's at least some good things, but it's just with the whole injuries and whatnot, it's just frustrating. Finally, I felt like, oh, we got most of the squad, if not the whole squad, finally here together fit, and now we have
yeah,
like another injuries, and then for it to be in key players and whatnot, that's yeah, Varane. I don't know how long he'll be out for, but he hopefully. I'm not seeing him being here for Sunday, but
hmm,
I hope he'll be able to be there for Thursday.
yeah. I mean,
I'll
from
have him and Luke Shaw play as a center back partnership because we've seen it
yeah.
before and it has worked.
I
Do you
mean, to be
feel?
honest, John, I would rather like, because obviously Martinez is going to be out for the rest of this. I would rather do Varane and Lindelof, if I'm being honest, and put Luke Shaw at left
Even
back.
that, yeah,
Because
even
let's be
that.
honest, let's be honest, Malacia, I love the kids. He'll
Hmm.
still be a very important player for us in the future. That was probably his worst United game that I've seen him play.
Yeah, we both agreed with that yesterday. Yep.
I think we need to change it up again in the second leg. I would say if Varane comes
Mm-hmm.
back fit, play him as centre back with Lindelof. Maguire cannot play. He just can't. He's a
Yeah,
liability.
he really is. We
He's a big.
can't really play that proper game. Like I feel like when he came, I don't know about you. You probably might feel the same way. But when he
Mm,
came in the second half, I just felt like, okay, I don't know. This
it's
is
been like the sense of panic was about to come
yes.
in.
Nobody really feels comfortable. Like you just
No.
he's the captain, but
Mm,
what is the plan? Like you don't
mm,
try to raise you know the confidence level with your fellow teammates.
yeah.
It's
I
so
mean, look.
yeah, it's not it
It's like
at all.
I saw someone's matchday vlog of the game yesterday, and
Hmm.
as soon as he came on, the whole entire Old Trafford was like, "Oh, for God's sakes, not now! Just why
Yeah,
now?"
yeah, when I
It's like,
saw that I was like, oh my lord, no, 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 no. Big up to
yeah,
Albert and to Alumba. Hope you are all doing great. Yes, yes, yes. No, fam, I wasn't confident at all, and it's not like we've been saying. It's no agenda what to hear at all, but it's just a feeling of okay, we've been here before. It ain't good. You're not reliable. Even though he did play very well for the Everton game, and he might play
yeah,
very well for Sunday. If he does, I I don't want anything else than for
mm,
everybody that's going to be playing to perform. Like I'm
mm,
not going to be like, oh my god, yeah, but he's still shit. No, if you play well, I'm going to be praise you. I'm going to big you up,
mm,
thumbs up, awesome.
yeah.
But
I mean, let's be
you
honest.
know,
I think Sunday that type of a game is made for Maguire because of not to disrespect, like not to like be
This
cocky
yeah,
against Forest. Because let's be
no,
honest, Forest at home are a lot more dangerous than when
yeah,
it. Because let's be honest, they're completely utter useless away. When they play
yeah.
away, they are no good. When they play at home, they have the fans behind them.
Mm,
That game, Maguire is probably the much more comfortable game for him to play because of the opposition. Because like, wait, like what, like the strikers, like he has to go up against like Chris Wood probably, or like one of the IUs, and like I think it will be a lot more comfortable.
I
But
hope
if we had to
this.
play, for example, if we had to play like a Brian on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
then we got problems because of how
One
quick
hundred percent.
them attackers, like legit, if one of the attackers is clean through, he is not catching them. He is not catching them, and that's one thing he lacks 100%. Is
Yeah, and when you
the
don't
recovery
have
pace,
like a Varane
recovery
and
pace.
Martinez who has more of a pace compared to a
Yeah,
Maguire, then Maguire at least needs to have a couple of yards ahead of him ahead of set attacker and whatnot to be able to maybe try to clear it out and whatnot. If he's behind, forget about it. It's gonna be a long day.
yeah.
Yeah. So, whew. No, no, no. This is. I mean, like you said. I mean, okay. So they are at home, even though they
Hmm.
haven't really had great results as of lately, the last couple, I think maybe last 6 games, but Forest hasn't really been that great. Um,
Yeah.
but this, if I'm, I mean, we've played them. We have played them, at our ground in the league. We have also played them in the Carabao Cup, I
Mm.
believe, so twice.
Semi-finals, 2 legs. Yep.
Yeah. So this will be like the fourth time we're playing them this season, basically. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, if I remember correctly, we have won all of those games. Did we not against them?
We've won. We won two of them 3-0, one of them 2-0. I
Yeah.
believe. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've
Yeah.
won them all. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, hindsight, I mean, we have, on paper, we should, even with the players missing, we should,
Oh,
regardless of it
of
being
course.
hairless scrapping, whatnot. But it's just coming off of yesterday. It does raise some type of concerns. But then,
Yeah.
like we've been saying before, we need to have players showing up. Then, okay, if there's players
Yeah.
getting opportunities and whatnot, they have to show up and
Mm.
perform. You know.
Yeah. Definitely. I think if we go in the right mentality in that game,
Mm-hmm.
not to like be overconfident, because let's be honest, we should never ever underestimate any opposition. Don't
I
matter
agree.
how bad in a place that they're in, we
Mm-hmm.
always have to show them some respect because
100%.
of where they are. But
Mm,
if we go in there with the right mindset and the willing to bounce back after such a rough day against Sevilla, we will win that game, 100%, 100%.
hey.
We but we also have to remember one thing:
Mm-hmm.
with Varane and Martinez, we play a lot more faster.
We
From
do.
like we fought with like from the back to midfield to the attack. We play a lot more faster.
Yep.
With them, with Lindelof and Maguire, no disrespect to them, don't want to have no agendas with them,
No
but
agenda.
it changes the way we play.
It does.
Definitely, it
It
like it
does.
slows down the game.
It
We have to
does.
play a lot more. It's like when we were playing under Ollie.
Yeah.
Remember when we had them lot, and like we had to rely on teams to attack us and then immediately counter on the break.
Yeah.
That is probably what we're gonna have to do
Maybe.
if
Oh
if
Lord have mercy.
the
Yeah.
if the if it has to be done.
Yeah.
It will not be pretty,
No.
but what else do we have? We ain't
Yeah.
got no other option.
Yeah. At this point of the season, which we've been saying before, it's like you just need to get a result. You just need to win. You know, by
Yeah.
any means necessary, win. This comment here from Usif, I feel like it's a bit mad, but big up to you. We are going to play better without Martinez. Brother, have you been seeing Lisandro Martinez? What?
Hmm.
I mean, well, if we'll get a result regardless. I do think I do think we'll win,
Hmm.
hopefully. But saying we're gonna play better without Martinez, then I'm wondering. This is not me trying to discredit you or disrespect you, if in any way, shape, or form. But brother, are you watching the games? when Martinez. He's so good with ball to his feet and whatnot, and also when he doesn't even have the ball, brother wins duels. He's there. He is one, if not the most probably reliable player that we do have. Like he's had way more amazing games, lots more 10s out of 10s performance compared to stinkers. And he's
Hmm.
had some stinkers. Don't get it twisted. A lot of them had. But
Hmm.
he's one of the very few that's had just been brilliant
Hmm.
all through. So for me, I consider and say that we're going to be better without Martinez because that's not the case. At least not for me. Um, he is that anchor. He alongside Varane, that partnership. Come on now.
Yeah.
But so they're going to be missed. But it's not like we haven't won games without them before. We have still won games with
Hmm.
a Maguire and Lindelöf. We have done that.
Yeah.
But it's just that, like you said, Miguel, the game that we want to play wouldn't be completely possible with those two having that partnership in the
Hundred
center.
percent.
I
Hundred
mean in
percent.
the defense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we had fit Luke Shaw on Sunday, I
Yep.
would play him as centre back with Lindelof and probably play Malacia at left back. We'll give him
Yep.
that chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But because let's be honest, Luke Shaw centre back is legit the closest we can get to Martinez.
Yep.
I could honestly see Tenag playing like that for the rest of the season, or probably do
Maybe.
like when Varane maybe comes back if he is not for injured too long. Hopefully he isn't. But I would say
Mhm.
play the rest of the season now with Varane and Luke Shaw as centre back and play
Mhm.
Malacia at left back for the rest of the games, and that's the closest we can get to.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably have Rashford back at attack, and hopefully we'll have Garnacho back for us to bring off the bench if needs be. I think, I mean, that's the closest we would probably need. But
Mhm.
again, this is the moment for Lindelof and Maguire to step up. They
Yeah.
got the opportunity, now they just have to take it.
Yeah.
And look, we'll praise them if they do it. But then, if we don't get the result, I mean, it would be not a surprise to me. I'll be
Mhm.
honest, but it is
It'll
what it
be.
is.
Yeah. I mean, they gotta step up for sure. I mean, several players gotta step up.
Mm.
Um, I don't see a Rashford coming back on Sunday, which we talked about yesterday, but
Mm.
most likely he'll be available
Yeah,
for, like I said, the Sevilla game, which is a lot more important for us for
yeah,
him to be ready for that game. But
yeah,
for the game on, I mean, thankfully it's a force. But even though, like you said, you can't be underestimating your opponent
yeah,
of however bad they are or good they are and whatnot. Yes, we should be winning,
yeah. Because
but
let's be honest. Because let's be
go
honest,
ahead.
right? Let's
Yeah.
put it in this way.
Mm,
This is for this game. This is probably Force's biggest game of the season for
yeah.
them. If you
Yep.
put it in this content, Forest need this win more than we do because they're battling relegation, and for them
Yes.
to stay in the league,
Yep.
they have to somehow get a big result against us.
Mm-hmm.
And we played them 3 times. We battered them in all three.
Yep.
But I bet
But
they're licking their and they're gonna be licking their lips saying,
of
"Oh,
course.
all right, they ain't got no Martinez, they ain't got
Mm-hmm.
no Varane, ain't got no Luke Shaw, no Rashford. Maybe we can get sign here." So that's how they're gonna be. That's probably their mindset for the game, saying like, "All
Mm-hmm.
right, they got some players out. We got our full strength team there. Maybe if we're lucky, maybe we might get a draw or somehow scrape something." That's probably
Yeah.
what their mindset's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where we have to bring in our mindset and say, okay, they're going to want to do this. They're going to battle hard. They're going to tackle us. They're going to try to do everything, fight like absolute warriors out there to try to get the 3 points or the draw or whatever they want. That's where we have to stop them from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the mindset has to come in, 100%.
I agree. Yeah, like you said, like this is, yes, it's a team that's okay, battling relegation, but sometimes at the, this stage of the season, that's almost more difficult of a fixture because they'll be up for it. They might
Hmm.
see an opportunity to think, hey, we want to get all the points. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Or
Because
at least get a point, something. They would want to feel like we're going to leave here with something. We are
yeah.
not going to leave here, or technically it's going to be their ground, but we're not going to, leave our own ground without anything to show for it.
Yeah.
No, no, no. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a game, like you said, very important game for them. Probably even more important for them than it is to us,
Yeah.
with the fact that
Yeah.
they it's an opportunity for them to still be here, one step closer to still being here, you know,
Yeah.
in the Prem, for another season, and so
Yeah.
forth. So, yeah, playing
Hmm.
the teams that are in the relegation battle, scraps and
Hmm.
whatnot, not easy at all.
Yeah.
Achievable, but it's not going to be easy. So a lot of it. So you don't know. Whoever thinks that this is going to be smooth sailing, whatnot, I don't think it will be. It will be great if it. I mean, I would have assumed that yesterday was going to be smooth sailing. Technically, at some points it was, but we screwed that up. So hopefully that won't be the case on Sunday. I hope that Ten Hag can be, more so. I mean, of course, we've been picking him up whenever he does do well, when it comes to tactical decisions and whatnot in game and whatnot. But
Hmm.
yesterday there were some parts of the game where he did get wrong, and it's okay to
Yeah.
still be criticizing and
Yeah.
whatnot, but also backing him and trusting him. But
Hmm.
um, it's important
Yeah.
that he hopefully learns from that, which I do believe that he will.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I can agree, but I can see both sides to
Mhm.
why the good sides and the bad sides of the Ten Hag's decisions from yesterday's game. I can understand some of it.
Mhm.
Let's be honest. The Varane substitution. I mean, it has to be done. Maguire had to come on, so that there was no that was basically bad luck. We had to put them in whatsoever. The three subs was like Alanga, Veghorst. Who was the third one that had to come on? Eriksen.
Yeah.
Eriksen had to come on as
Eriksen.
well.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean Sancho. No complaints. Sancho was not having a good game. He
Mhm.
had to come off.
Mm.
Martial, we have to keep him fit.
Yeah.
100%. We have to keep him fit at all
Yeah.
costs.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Put Veghorst on. Bruno, I can understand. I can understand it, but I also
Mhm.
disagree with it. I can understand
Yeah.
because the way the referee was moving yesterday, if he would have probably stayed on that pitch, because we're forgetting, we're complaining that like, all right, why are we taking him off? Because if we were taking him off and he was not going to play the second leg anyway, why take him
Mhm.
off? Imagine
Yeah.
if he had a red card, he would have missed
Yeah. That.
both legs of the semi-finals if
Yeah.
we made it through. So I can understand that, but
Yeah.
imagine if he's still been there, maybe would have made it much more easy for us to get the third goal. But
Mhm.
it's the manager; he makes the calls, and let's be honest, he had to make the subs because like if you want to change the game, you have to make subs. But on that day, just it didn't work. But we move on, and then obviously the final one, Palestri. I mean Anthony as well. He was another player that had a yellow card, so I can understand that as well. And he was
Yeah.
just getting a bit tired, and he just wants to save it for
Yeah.
the Forest game.
Mhm.
So I that one I have no problems with. And again, he didn't really have a good game either. I thought Palestri was a lot more vibrant when he came on.
I actually felt like Anthony was really, it's just that clinical. He just
No,
gotta.
I mean,
He,
let's be
he
honest.
yeah.
Remember that chance he had when he finessed it into the inside of the post?
Mhm.
We're like, and like we were like, oh, because we were in the moment, it was like, oh my god, that what a chance. But then if you think about it, if you watch that chance again,
Mhm.
he could have. Bruno was wide open and one the other side. If he
Yeah.
crossed or squared it, that was basically a tap in.
Yeah.
Then it could have been 3-0 done and dusted.
Mhm.
But I mean, like, like I love Anthony. I will still give him loads of time because obviously this is his first season in the Prem.
Yeah.
Um, he will become good in my eyes. He will
Yeah.
become good.
I
If
think
this
so
was
too.
his second season, he just needs a lot more time, and like you have to
Yeah.
look after like players like that,
Yeah.
honestly.
For sure.
And like you just need to like he just needs to develop a lot more. If
Mhm.
he just needs to learn how to cross instead of taking opportunities. If he learns how to cross and square, he'll be a completely different player.
Yeah, because he
Hundred
be
percent.
putting himself in good positions, good chances, and
Yeah.
whatnot. And after we do see sometimes he be slowing down the game when he has a good opportunity to literally just ram past people, which he
Yeah.
did do a couple of times here and there. Cutting in on
Mm.
his right, which we been like, okay, please do it. But he needs to work on his weaker foot, and I think it's the decision making has to be better. I think
Yeah.
he'll learn. I
Mm.
feel like there's literally there is some potential with the kid. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
something with the kid that does excite me, but he has to you know keep evolving and whatnot and working on
Mm.
it. But I do think that next season, I think it might be, hopefully,
I
when we
mean,
do get a couple of other players, that he'll flourish.
yeah,
But
hundred
yeah,
percent. Like give him the proper preseason, and
yeah,
obviously this is gonna be his first proper season, like under his belt. I mean,
hmm,
let's be honest. For his first proper season, he's done all right. Let's be honest. He's got
yeah.
goals and assists and whatnot. I
Also
mean,
in some big games as well. Like Sid, the
yeah,
first
yeah,
game,
like Sid,
Arsenal. Come on now,
Arsenal, City.
City,
I
good
know,
goals as well.
I mean, I know we lost 6-3, but let's be honest, we got a goal of the game at the time in that
Yeah,
game. But
Barcelona.
Barcelona,
Yeah,
Everton,
hmm,
he can do it in
he
the big
can.
games. He can, but he just needs to if he just learns how to be more creative.
Yeah,
What a player! He'll be a brilliant player for us.
yeah,
Honestly.
100%. And I believe like there has to be a reason why, not that it has to. It is the reason why Ten Hag
Mm,
went back and be like, no, 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 I need to get this player now at the beginning of my project. Not next season. Now I have to get him on board. He's my
mm,
player. And
yeah,
we've seen glimpses of it. We just want
yeah,
to see more.
yeah.
And
Because
yeah, go ahead.
Anthony's like 21, is
I
he?
think 22, 23, potentially 22. I think he is 22.
22. I mean, I think he bought him now because obviously he's a lot more young. He knows how the player works. He worked with
Hmm.
him in the 3 seasons,
Oh,
like
he's 23.
time he was
23.
there, 23. He
Yeah,
was there when he was at Ajax, and he knows how the kid works. So
yeah.
obviously he wants to bring him in. Because let's be honest, if he stayed in the Dutch league, he would have probably
Hmm.
cost a lot more. Let's be
Yeah.
honest, and like his age, will cost. I think him bringing him in now from the price that we got him with, and maybe it may have been a little bit too much of a big price,
Oh, that price
but
definitely doesn't,
yeah, I mean,
match.
but
But
it's not the player's fault.
no, it's not
Definitely,
his
it's not
fault.
the yeah, it's not
Definitely
the
not.
fault.
Mm-mm.
That's another thing. That's another thing that our owners very lack. They
Yeah.
sometimes our owners can be so quick at making deals happen, but then they can be so desperate just to you know what, throw everything you want at them and just bring them in straight away.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's
and
just, mm-mm.
yeah, and it's like when the day the Glazers leave, we should do a party stream. Honestly, just celebrate.
Yes. I've already put, I have played. Oh, you have no idea. I'm ready. The day we hear it's done, they have gone, they accepted, blah blah blah.
Mate.
They are out here. We see the new owners in, or we pr-
Mm,
100% there's gonna be a stream. We're gonna have
yeah,
people on. Every United supporter that wants to be on,
yeah,
bam, and we'll talk.
yeah.
We'll just
I'll
celebrate.
I'll be
That's
celebrating like Portugal won the World Cup.
yes.
Yeah,
Hey, exactly. Yeah,
uh,
100%. Big
hundred
up
percent.
everybody. Keep getting the likes up. We got 15 likes. We'll try to get the likes up to 20 and onwards. But yeah, also make sure you do subscribe. Oh, I see here this comment here from Amir says the day FSG sells the club and leaves and we get new owners, I'm shaving my head bald like Andrew Tate. Okay, Amir, I will uh I will hold you on for that. Yeah, for sure. I this is gonna be clipped, Amir. This I mean if it happens, that will be amazing for you guys. I don't I mean we'll see if that happens anytime soon, but
Mm.
hey, hey, we're in the same boat, brother. We just need the owners to go. But yeah, I was thinking, let's predict the starting 11, shall we?
Starting 11. Yeah, why not?
Yes, yes,
Let's
yes.
do it.
Yeah, awesome.
Alright.
Let me share the screen. There we go. There we go. So, okay. I mean, the goalkeeper is, that's a given.
Obvious.
Yeah, that's
Obvious.
pretty obvious. The Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Um, right back.
I think he's gonna play Delo, if I'm being honest.
I
Diego
think
Delo is
so,
probably
maybe too.
because I think he's gonna save Wan-Bissaka for the second leg in Spain.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I think do I find hilarious with the right back?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when the start of the season when Wan-Bissaka wasn't playing and like Delo was playing all the games, like we were like, oh my god, Delo has been absolutely phenomenal. Get
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka out of the club. Let's get him out. We already got a promising right back in Delo, a lot more
I
younger,
know.
and like and then after the World Cup, it's like Wan-Bissaka, like damn, Wan-Bissaka's playing absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
Delo. I think maybe it's time for us to let him go as well. It's
that
like,
is so true.
yeah. But I think in this game we'll probably play the low.
I think so
Um,
too. I'm gonna, yeah,
yeah, due to the circumstances of like how thin the squad is, and I think some players need rest, and like I think it's
yeah,
fair.
I
And this is a
agree.
perfect game for him. Perfect game for Delo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm. Yeah, so written down Dallo. I mean, left back. Will,
Malacia probably
yeah,
is gonna be Malacia definitely.
yeah.
Um,
Center
and
back.
then
Oh shit.
centre backs now. Um, Lindelof probably is
Interesting.
definitely gonna play. Definitely gonna play. Lindelof and Maguire is probably gonna play, but like I
Okay.
said, if Luke Shaw is fit,
If
play him. Play him as centre back, please. Please. Anything but
isn't it
Maguire.
insane that we're saying our captain? We were like, no, do not play. We need somebody else to play who's not even a center back, but he does a better job than you. Wow.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, no disrespect to Maguire, but like him as captain, it's like he doesn't really act as a captain.
He
Let's be
doesn't.
honest.
That's also another thing. He
Like
doesn't. Yeah.
Bruno,
Yeah.
like when Bruno's captain, he's barking out orders to his teammates, and they
Yeah.
listen to him with authority.
Yeah.
With him,
He's just
like we can't take him seriously.
yeah, and
It's
he'd
like,
just be like, "Hey, can you do like I just I
and it's
don't
like,
know, man. He doesn't give me any type of captain
yeah,
vibe at all. Like nothing. And
yeah,
also like okay, maybe you're not like super commanding whatnot, but also problem is that the performance overall isn't good enough, right? So
exactly, yeah.
nobody's really gonna be listening to you when you're not one of the key players in the team even. But yeah,
Mm,
I want to kind of write down Luke Shaw, but then again, I'm thinking it might be, it could be
yeah.
that Luke Shaw might be in the squad, and if needs be, you bring him in.
Mm. Or if not, if Scott McTominay's fit, play him as centre back. Honestly, I I am
He
so
could,
desperate because let's be honest, when we had Mourinho, he played. He was used to play him as centre back. I remember some of them games where Mourinho was like, "Oh no, I'm not playing Rojo as centre back. Let's play McTominay as centre back." Let's be honest.
yeah.
I mean, like he had a couple of good games, but then there was those games where he got found it out. But I'm legit that desperate. I'll legit play Scott McTominay as centre back if needs be. If
Yeah,
needs
yeah,
be.
yeah. If needs be, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But let's be more
go ahead.
realistic. It's probably going to be Maguire and Lindelof, if we're being honest, just
I
for the
think,
safer route.
I think it will be that too as well. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I just have a feeling that it will probably be Maguire and Lindelöf, and then
Yeah,
it'll be it'll be different for the Sevilla game, but we'll do a match preview for that next week. But yeah, that's
yeah.
basically our back four
Back
here.
line.
What
Yeah.
about the midfield? I mean, I feel like that's a given here, isn't
Okay.
it?
Yeah. All right. So probably our best area of the team, except I would say the, if we had Martinez and Varane here, their defense is probably the most best part of our team because of how solid defensively we've been better this season compared to like seasons before. But from recent weeks, our midfield has
Mm-hmm.
been carrying a bit.
Yeah.
So I would think the way I think Ten Hag will put in this game is I think he'll probably play. I think Casemiro is definitely going to be in the team, hundred
Yep.
percent. The
Same.
the 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 rock and like with a defense like that, he's gonna have to stay in
Yeah.
that
The
back line.
midfield needs to be midfielding, or
Yeah,
else it ain't gonna be looking good. Yeah.
yeah, and I think play Bruno as well since he's not going to be
Not
playing the second.
well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause,
Yeah,
cause to be honest though, I feel like the midfield that we started off with, you know, up
Yeah.
until Bruno got subbed off and whatnot was really good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why not just continue with that,
Yeah.
as Bruno, will regardless be, not
Mm.
available for the Sevilla game, so might as well
Yeah.
just do it, I
Yeah.
think. Uh,
Mm.
and
So then
having
I
fits it up
actually
to.
I would
Oh,
put
go ahead.
Eriksen with Casemiro with the
Okay.
two and put Bruno at Cam because I think they're gonna save Sabitzer for the second leg. He's been that good. That's my plan.
Ooh.
If that was
You
me, I would
know
play
what?
Sabitzer in the second leg and rest him
That's
for this game.
interesting because you might need to kind of, remember up until, I mean, prior to that injury for Eriksen, he and Casemiro
Mm,
was running that midfield. They were
mm,
very good together with
mm.
Bruno up top. So trying to kind of
Or we
unlock that a
could
bit. Yeah.
or we could start Eriksen, give him the 45 minutes, and then
Uh huh.
someone will put Sabitzer on, and then like, because remember, like Eriksen's another player that's just like coming back from injury, needs
Yes.
some like minutes as well. So I would say start him, and then just like take him off in the second half.
Okay.
But next week I would start Sabitzer, 100%,
Okay.
100% if it was
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. 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 He could be doing. Yeah. Bruno will
Yeah.
be playing regardless. So having a
Mm,
Bruno be playing and then potentially then, like you said, resting Sabitzer, you bring him on at the end or more so in the second half and whatnot.
yeah.
Um, Potentially, or let him play the 45 minutes and then Eriksen comes in. There's options, but
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let
Mm,
me read some of the comments here before we move up to the attack. Uh, Bigger Lord 2 says lots of hospital appointments lately. Sorry, I haven't been in last match day. No worries, Ring Lord 2. Hope you are doing good. But it says back five. I mean, I'm more so referring to the defense, but I see what you're saying. Bart says United really needs some quality signings in the summer. We do. Bart also says hope Leach recovers from his metatas. I cannot say this word.
wait,
So
what's that?
injury. Metat-
Metatarsal.
Thank you,
Metatarsal.
thank you, thank you. Yes, that injury. Yeah, 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 yeah. Big up, Bart. Bart is
Yeah.
also a Liverpool supporter, so yeah, big up for
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
giving you know be-
Yeah.
get well wishes and whatnot. So yeah, I hope so too.
Mm,
But he'll
yeah.
need to sit the rest of the season off and hopefully be ready and fit for next season. Big up to
I
mid.
think.
Yep.
Mm, I think about. I think Martinez is probably in contention for player of the season for me because of how crucial he's been. He's been
Mm-hmm.
absolutely brilliant. And to be honest, when he first came, it was like he was getting slandered for like his height and whatnot. I'm like, height doesn't mean nothing.
No.
The height doesn't mean nothing. I remember when we had Vidic, Vidic, legit,
Yes.
um, legit.
One of my favorite players.
Martinez reminds me of Vidic.
I've been
Honestly,
saying this as
you know,
well. I completely agree with you.
honestly,
Just
it's because like
the
Vidic was
personality.
passionate. He was a
Yes.
passionate. He was a rock. Let's
Yes.
be honest, he wasn't the biggest player, but he would the
No.
amount of headers he would score and how many headers he would win, unbelievable,
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable how he was that like a United legend as well. For another one, Vidic as well.
100%. Oh
Yeah,
God, I miss that man. But yeah, I completely agree. I feel
yeah,
like, the center back partnership with that we have of Lisandro Martinez and Varane does kind of in a lot of ways remind me of, Rio and a Vidic, you know,
yeah, mm,
just it's how they
yeah,
play and their personalities in a lot of ways and their attributes. I think
100%.
finally we've been missing that proper center back partnership for
Yeah,
years, and now I
yeah,
feel like we've got something solid here. So that's very
mm,
nice. Ming says last night was so disappointing, brother. Yes, we all feel the same. Yeah. Shari says
yeah,
Bruno and Casemiro with Sabitzer in the 10 is the best lineup at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that again. Or we're seeing, since a Bruno isn't available for the Sevilla
second
game,
leg.
then might as well just have
Yep,
him play this one. And then Eriksen, we'll have to need him for that Sevilla game. So he might as well get a little bit more, used to playing more minutes again and whatnot. And then you can slowly, if second half if you need to bring us a bit on, you can do that. But we have to utilize the squad
yep,
since key players are missing here and there. Big up to
Yep.
Ensman TV, a Liverpool supporter, been on the channel before. Make sure you do subscribe to his channel. Shows always lots of support. Big up to you, brother. Um, and then Louis Jackson says, "Can't believe it was a draw, fam." Yes, yes. Retta says Fred too. Yeah, Fred. What is the Miguel?
Oh, actually,
What is the deal
oh,
with Fred lately? He isn't
Fred.
playing that many games.
Uh,
Is there injury here with Fred?
I
Because I
mean,
haven't heard anything.
I mean, it could be the two things. In my opinion, it could be the two things. It could either be the midfielders that I've been playing has just been a lot more better than what Fred is offering, and like he's
Hmm.
not getting the chances properly. But it could also be maybe he has like some like injury we don't know about or something like that. Like probably there might be or like something that
Mm,
happened like in the background could have
maybe.
happened because like he's another player that's like contracts expiring if that's correct.
Yeah, but I believe they've triggered 1 year, so he'll be here for another
Mm,
year. And I think they're still
yeah,
working on maybe giving him a new contract to keep him for
yeah,
longer. Is what I've heard,
mm,
but
mm,
I'm not sure.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. It's just
yeah. I
been
think
yeah, a bit odd.
yeah. I mean, because like the thing is with Fred
Hmm.
on his day he could be very good, and you can understand why he's getting picked for Brazil in that midfield that he's being
Yep,
picked for. But then
absolutely.
also but then you can also get the consistency issues with Fred. Like
Hmm.
sometimes like one game he can be very good, and probably like 1 or 2 games he could be a bit poor, if we're being
Yeah,
honest.
very
Then
true.
like yeah, and like the way the midfield has just been coping right now has just been like there's probably no use for Fred at the moment
Hmm.
until probably like we get an injury to if we get an injury to another midfielder, like for God's sakes, then we're probably gonna have to use Fred. But I mean, for what Fred has done for us this season, I mean he's been all right. It's been
Yeah,
good.
he's been
It's
scoring here and there,
this has been Fred's best scoring season for us since
freaking hell. And he's been here for
yeah.
a long time. Wow,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
insane.
we got him in 2019 with Mourinho, and now we
No, it wasn't in 2017 or 18
no he came here because I remember when the
because we
19
got.
season because I
Yeah,
remember
but we.
him playing.
Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure he came here. Yeah, because wait. Let me just Fred. When you search Fred, it's just his name comes up right away. Let me see here. Fred. Because I'm pretty surely he Manchester United. Yeah, 2018. 2018.
Oh yeah, 2018-19 probably. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
remember
he's right.
when
Mm,
yeah that
he
was
been
actually
here.
the same window when we bought Delo, him, and can't remember the other player, but I remember us getting Delo in that same window as well when he was still
Yeah,
young.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Wow,
that
we've
was
been.
that was
Yeah, there's
another
been
terrible
players
season. That
here
was
being here under several managers. Lord have mercy. But yeah,
yeah.
let's continue with the front three here. The right
Attack.
wing. Yeah, the attack.
Hmm.
What are you thinking?
I, I'm thinking he's gonna play. You know what? I would give Anthony and Sancho a chance for this
Okay.
game, just because of the opposition. Not
Yep.
again, not to disrespect them, but I think for this type of game is perfect for them. Absolutely
Mhm.
perfect, especially for Sancho, because like obviously Sancho hasn't been at his best for quite a while, and I completely like feel sorry for him like for what he's been going through, like
Same.
mentally issues and all that. And,
Yeah.
like he just needs to get back to his best. Because let's be honest, look, if Rashford can come back from what he had last year, he can easily come back. If
Mhm.
like you get the proper support and like the proper backing of the manager, he can easily do that. But he just needs
Mhm.
another player that needs time. Another player that needs time. I know this is the
Yeah.
second season, but he just needs to get some time as well. Because I remember
Yeah.
like at the start, like he scored against Liverpool, scored
He
against
did.
Leicester, like got us the 3 points there. I mean, he scored he helped us get the assist for the first goal against Everton.
Mhm.
Like he's brilliant. Like we can understand like his qualities, but then like he just needs to like be consistent with that.
Yeah, it's just been
Yeah,
underwhelming, and I feel there's definitely a lot of people in the fan base that's kind of like, okay, they're they understand what he's been going through, but also at some point we're thinking, okay, second season, it ain't working, maybe cut our losses and move on. I still believe that there's some
like
that there is a player still in there, and
yeah,
but at the end of the day, we'll see how at the
mm,
end of the season how that goes, and what Ten Hag
yeah,
wants and whatnot. If Ten Hag wants to move it on, then of course 100% we're going to be backing that and whatnot. But I do hope that he can turn it around. We'll
yeah,
see. Yeah.
mm,
But I will just start him for this game as well. I'm thinking, why not give him
mm.
another chance? I felt like he did play, in my opinion, well for the Everton game. Yes,
Oh,
yesterday's
so do
game
I.
wasn't brilliant and whatnot, very underwhelming, very lackluster. There was some
Yeah,
points at the beginning of first half where I did feel like, okay, it was good, but then I get what people saying this, yeah, but why can't that be for a longer period of the game? And that's definitely warranted.
yeah,
But sometimes with Ten Hag, if a player be playing, not the best performance and whatnot, he still will be like, okay, I will give you another chance. If this doesn't go, then hey, you're gonna be on the bench. But then again, we don't have that many options as well. Like if we had a Rashford, you could have a Rashford on the left and then have a Sancho on the bench and whatnot. But then Rashford wouldn't be available, I believe, for the Sunday game.
yeah.
So, but what do you think about the central forward, like that number 9? Do you think it will
Oh,
be a Martial? Because I've been hearing that maybe Martial might not play or start and whatnot. I don't know. I'm thinking,
do I think it probably might
yeah,
happen?
yeah, go ahead.
I think he's gonna play Vegas because I think because obviously Martial on like if we just can keep Martial fit for the rest of the season, he will be
Mm-hmm.
a very crucial for us as long as we keep him fit. Because
Yes.
like imagine, I would say play Vegas and just keep him for the second leg next week and the semi final on the Sunday next week as well.
Yeah.
And as much as it pains me that we're gonna have to use Vegas and he's very slow and like the reaction is not quite like a Martial,
Mm-hmm.
um, we have no other choice.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
It's quite
like
limited.
yeah. He's a limited player. Like the only thing I can give him, like he's good at pressing. Let's be honest. Like his
Yeah,
pressing
yeah, yeah.
stats are very good, but as a proper striker, he's very limited. Very
Very.
very limited.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Yeah.
see, like if we had Gakpo in this team, he would be a lot more better in the in because let's be honest. Because let's be honest. Even though Gakpo did score 2 goals against us in that drumming,
Ooh,
like that was awful. But
I
I
was.
think the project that if he was in our team with the project that Ten Hag is doing, he would be very crucial for us. And I think with him in our team as a proper striker, and like he can play on the wings as well in the attacking midfield if needs be. I
Mm-hmm.
think he would be a lot more clinical for us than probably Liverpool.
Potentially, potentially, because I
Potentially.
still was shocked why even like I was up when that day when they got him, like I was reading, yeah, we are we're really close to getting him and whatnot. Then suddenly I see him with the Liverpool shirt. I was like, what? That's random. You know, maybe I should have used the money on somebody, a midfield or
Yeah.
whatnot. But hey, I
And look,
digress.
and it's
So
like,
yeah,
and then we also wanted Felix. We never got Felix. Felix in our team would be a lot more better, honestly. I know him because obviously family supports Benfica. He used to play for Benfica, and then he went to Atletico Madrid. That player, if
I like
you
rate him.
if you surround him around players like players that can give him the proper support. The
Yeah,
reason he's not been doing it for Chelsea because that Chelsea team is a mess. Let's just be fair.
a
It's
mess
very
is
a
the
mess.
understatement, but I agree with you. It ain't
Yeah,
it look, ain't looking good over there at the
and ain't looking
bridge.
good. Like in our team, like because like he's got pace. He can finish on his day, but he went to Chelsea and now we're stuck with Vegas. But it's not his fault. Let's be honest, it's not his fault. And I still like the player.
Yeah,
It's just limited for what he can do,
that's
basically.
exactly what it is. Like end of the day, like thank you for the service and whatnot. It's just the limitation, but there's a lot of good stuff that he does do. But it's like what when we like when he had an opportunity to maybe turn and shoot or maybe give it to somebody else,
Yeah,
he ended up with passing the ball to a Malasia, who's not
yeah.
really known
I
for
mean, let's be honest. Like yesterday,
yeah.
like we were forgetting that when remember that chance where I think who was it? I think it was either I think Anthony squared it to Veghorst, and he was
Mm-hmm.
legit inches away from goal, and he
Yeah.
passed it straight back to Man City. Alanga was wide open next to him. If
Yes.
if he passes that to Alanga,
I
that
think
was
that
game over. That was
yeah.
game over from there. And like the second leg, you could have do whatever you want. It would be a like fun game. You could rest some players and such. But I think,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe just go for goal yourself from so close
Yeah, that's what turn
as well.
and shoot. Like,
Yeah,
brother,
yeah,
that's it's
yeah,
I feel bad for him because
yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
I think a lot of
yeah,
people be like, yeah, but why did you get we had no other options but to get a Vic horse and he's still done
yeah.
a job. Maybe not the best job, but he's still
And
done
like,
a job and been important in certain games and whatnot. But
and
and
it's
also
like,
people need to remember it's a loan. It is a loan. People be
and like
thinking
think
like
about
this is
it.
a player we bought and he gonna be here for the foreseeable future. No,
Yeah,
that's not the
and
case.
yeah, and I remember one thing.
Yep.
Ten Hag has got us before. Well, like, but when we got to January, we were like fourth, probably somewhere along the lines, like battling for third at the time, and like he was doing absolutely incredible things with what he had to work with. This team, like he's getting players that were absolutely abysmal last season to work absolutely like like he's playing like absolute. We're playing like prime like that how United used to play almost.
Mhm.
Not like vintage old school United, but like we could see a change on how we play,
Mhm.
right? And like the fact that the Glazers still didn't back him properly in January baffles me.
It baffles me as well.
Like,
Yeah.
like it's like you have to feel sorry for him. Like honestly, I feel so. It's like Joy is in that January. He wants like he was wanting like he wanted like a midfielder. He wanted probably a backup defender.
Mhm.
The striker definitely a striker was on the top priority of the list. And the Glazers are like, you know what? I'm just gonna handcuff you behind your back. You're not gonna do anything. It's like, and like we're not gonna back you, and we're just gonna be like, it's like, he's like handcuffed behind his back. Like what do you want him to do? And
Mhm.
and he's still putting out results for what he has from God. Is like it's just incredible, honestly,
It
for
really
what that
is.
man. And it's like, and like let's be honest, he didn't really get backed in the summer either. Like remember, like we wanted who was it? We wanted Nunes, we wanted Timber, and then we
Yep.
also wanted Frankie.
Yep.
Frankie, Frankie. I mean, I understood that. Like, he didn't want to come because he didn't want to affect his World Cup spot again. I mean, it's a bit
And then he won
because
Champions
like,
League football, but then ended up with playing
yeah,
against us in
yeah,
Europa League,
and yeah,
and we
yeah,
beat them. Ironic, but hey, it
yeah,
happened.
and then Frankie. I mean, he just didn't want to come. He wanted to stay at Barca because we were in Champions League. And Nunes, we could have gotten Nunes. Did you? We were inches away, but then Liverpool came in. Obviously, let's be honest. Liverpool, the way they do deals is a lot more better than how we do it because
Mhm.
they're a lot more quicker. If we had a proper sporting director and proper owners who can work quicker, we some of the deals that we could have that we missed out, we could have gone easily, easily.
Mhm.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's just a bit baffling just thinking
it
about it now.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just hope that we, the people in the chat here are talking about like ownerships and whatnot, people, and Tulumba and whatnot. Fam, I agree with you. Tulumba here. Bart says United should thank both Man City and Liverpool for Matt Busby's football education. Okay, Bart, Liverpool fan. Okay. Harry, no worries. No need to apologize, brother. We're going to be ending very soon, actually. But it's always okay to rewind and whatnot. But no worries. Make sure that you get the likes up, everybody. Um, there's no shame on admitting and celebrating our dear neighbors' Champions League win and treble this season. I will never never ever be celebrating
No.
Man City's achievements, Arsenal
Yeah.
achievements. Live no
Oh
other team but my team. Are you
no.
mad? Get
It's like
apart.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm probably a lot more younger than probably some of the fans here, obviously, because I started watching United back in 2006 7. Like that was my first season. Remember when we
2006,
won the
7.
league 6-7 when we had like Ronaldo, the Rooneys, the Scholes,
Oh
the
my god.
Gigs.
Yeah.
Like that was my first proper season. So I didn't see the 1919 that won the treble.
No, I
So
didn't see
like
that as well.
it
I was
like it
4.
and it's like the fact that City could win the treble this season. It's like
Makes me
it
disgusted.
makes me sick to my stomach. I
Me
remember
too,
like cause
Miguel.
and it's like the only way that they can't win the treble is either like Real Madrid's can knock them out in the semis. That is number one. That
Or
because we're
Bayern.
not in the
I
champ.
haven't given up on Bayern Munich. I'm telling you, people, Bayern Munich is coming back.
I
It's
mean,
gonna
if
be Champions League history.
I mean, let's be honest. I've seen weirder things in the Champions League. I've seen um Barcelona coming back from 3-0 down.
We've seen
Like I mean,
Liverpool
the
against
Liverpool,
Barcelona.
yeah,
Like,
Liverpool coming back from 4-0 down. So it's like, yeah. So I mean, like it can happen, but I think City are just too much of a quality team to bottle a
yeah.
3-0 lead.
But they're gonna be playing.
But
Next Saturday they're gonna be playing Sheffield United. A lot of people are already saying they're going to the final. What if Sheffield United does a madness? Have people
I
ruled that
mean,
out?
um, they Sheffield United somehow need a miracle if they were going to somehow
I'm
upset
just
City.
letting you know. Maybe they're gonna be like, hey, we gotta,
I
focus
wouldn't
on
be
some of the.
surprised if City somehow like rotate their team in that game.
Yeah,
Maybe if they rotate their team and Sheffield United use their full strength, then maybe, but I just don't see it. Like honestly, it's written in the stars for the final to be Man United City in the final. It's
yeah.
written in the stars. If I'm
It's
being,
gonna be difficult for us to go past Brighton. Like I'm not super convinced
oh,
about that, but
Brian's
that.
another one, yeah.
Yeah,
Brian's another one.
but that's definitely something we'll talk more about next week for sure. But whew, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get your predictions. I mean, Harry says here that his prediction for this match is a 1-1 draw, especially away from home. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I want to know your prediction for that game on Sunday here, Miguel.
Uh, um,
Will it be a win?
you know what? I'm gonna be positive because I think we definitely need a very good bounce back after yesterday's draw. I'm saying, let's be honest, if we win 1-0, it's 3 points at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It probably might not be the best game because obviously due to circumstances, it probably might not be the best football we played. But I'm saying, like I said, if we go in the right mindset, we be concentrating and we play the football that Ten Hag wants us to play, or probably just
Mm-hmm.
change the way we play just for that one game if needs be, and we still win. But my prediction is like either like a 1-0 probably or 2-0 because let's be honest, like Forest do struggle to score. Like at the moment, like they have, I think they've only scored like once or 3 goals in the last 6 games, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So they
I
don't
think so.
score many. They don't score
They don't.
many, and like let's be honest, they do let in tons of goals as well. They're
Mm-hmm.
one of the worst teams in like conceding goals. But I'm saying for my proper I'm saying 1-0. A 1-0 win is enough for me, if I'm
Okay.
being honest.
Ooh.
And if there
Okay.
was someone to score, Bruno, he's my boy. I want him to score, man.
Hey,
Honestly, my captain.
my captain as well. No, I see that 1-0. Yeah, I feel it could be 2-1. Is what I'm
2-1.
thinking. But it would be great to have like a clean. I just want to win. Is what we're
Mm,
both been talking about. But I have a feeling that
mm,
it could be 2-1. Like maybe they get a set piece, they score from that, and then we come back with 2 goals.
yeah,
I don't know. That's what I'm
yeah,
seeing the game could go. Or it
yeah.
might be like
I mean,
one moment where we're just not focused, and then bam, they come from
yeah.
nowhere and get
I
that
mean,
one goal. But you know, most
at
important
all
thing is that we win.
costs,
Yeah.
just don't let Jesse Lingard score an absolute banger against us. That's the only thing we cannot let happen.
Imagine that. Imagine Jay Links be doing this. No,
mate,
no, no, no.
he'll celebrate like an absolute madman if he does that.
He'll be like,
That's where we have
hey,
to.
hey, yeah, yeah. He'll,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, he
That's
go
the
hit milk.
that's the only player I think that probably could do something. And since he's a former United player, he'll know how we work. But then he hasn't been really performing for Forest. I mean, like I think he's only got 2 goals his whole entire Forest, but
Yeah.
uh,
You
it,
never know though. There's,
yeah,
sometimes players be,
and
teams be showing up against United.
yeah, and you have to remember as well, like Forest also have a quality keeper on Keylor Navas. We're also forgetting about
Yes.
him.
Oh wow, that's a very good point. Yep, yep, yep.
Like Keylor Navas.
He's a good
I mean,
goalkeeper.
I
I
mean,
rate
like
him.
let's be honest, like he's actually, I would say he's one of the better Forest players in that team from what
Yep.
I've seen of them. Because like, let's be honest, their backline is not
Mm-mm,
great whatsoever.
mm-mm.
Very, like the only, like honestly, the only player I would probably take from that Forest backline is Renan Lodi. That's the only player I would probably take.
Mm,
Yeah, that was
that's a
probably the
salute.
only player I would. But the only reason he's conceding so many goals is because the back line is just it's not great. Let's be honest. It's not the best back line in the league, but Keylor Navas has to, you know, do his job and just try to keep us quiet, but we'll make it
Oh,
difficult. We have to make
I
it
mean, if
difficult.
if Jordan Pickford had a, game of his life, then I will not be shocked if Keylor Navas be like bam, bam, bam,
Oh,
saves after saves and whatnot. But like we've been
mm,
saying, at all
mm,
costs, just get a win. Just get the points. Just get. I don't want
yeah,
I don't want 2 points, or not 2 points, but
yeah,
I don't want one
yeah,
point. But I want 3 points.
yeah.
Give me all the points. That's all I want.
It's like I say, it doesn't like due to us. It doesn't matter how we win, as long as we get a 1-0 win, clean sheet, 3 points. Like I'll take it at the end of the day, and that's like one step to getting Champions League football for next season. Because that's probably another thing we have to still achieve and just get Champions League. Because think about it, if we get Champions League next year, the big boys are going to want to come to us, and
Ooh,
maybe if we still want to, we can probably go to Barca and say, "Hey, Frankie, we're in Champions League
hey,
now.
Frankie,
Want to come to
you,
us now?"
yeah, you want to come
I,
now?
I think he
Imagine that.
regrets. I'll be honest. I think he regrets his decision for not coming to us. I bet
Maybe.
remember when we knocked him out in the Europa League, he's like, "Oh, why did I not come to
Yeah, yeah,
United?
yeah. I think
This is an absolute
prior to
joke."
that second leg, like he was looking at Old Trafford and whatnot, just being like, you know, when they were having training session, just looking at the stadium and be like, oh wow, theater of dreams.
And
I could have
do you know what's
played
the
here.
funniest thing? In that
Yep.
second leg, like in the first leg, he was abysmal, Frankie, in the first leg in the camp now. But I thought he was actually one of the better players in the second leg at Old Trafford.
Same.
He was brilliant,
Yeah.
and like he showed his quality. I mean, yeah, I mean the
Just
goal. I mean the
imagine having a
him.
Casemiro alongside a Frankie de Jong.
Hmm, hmm. Like to be honest, do I think we should do as well?
Mm-hmm.
I think for next season, if we were to like going for Frankie again, get Frankie and partner him with Donny van der Beek and get the Ajax connection back.
Really?
Maybe that could influence Donny to get like his mojo back. Donny is another
Wow.
player like I feel so bad for.
I do. I still do feel bad for the kid, but I don't think. I think maybe the ship has sailed for Donny. Like he's been, very unfortunate with
Yeah,
injuries as well, not being really
yeah,
fit for the entirety of the season.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know, man. We'll
I
see.
remember I remember when we bought him for like 50 mil from Ajax. It
Yep.
was, and like he played good for the first 3 games. Like I remember like and then Solskjaer dropped him because obviously like he didn't have no proper faith in him. And then like when we were playing with
Yeah.
Freds, but then like every time he came on, I was like, why we have him on the bench? He's absolutely brilliant. And the
Hmm.
funny thing is, it like Solskjaer's final goal that he got to see from Man United before he got sacked was Donny against Watford when we lost 4-1.
Right. That was kind of like, hey, this is
He was like,
like a
he was like,
full-on story
I bet,
session here. Yeah,
like Donny's
that
probably
was funny.
thinking, now start me, and it's like you know what I mean. Like Donny's like another player, like a what if story, in my
It
opinion.
is. In a way, it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Hmm.
Uh, question here from Harry. This narrative got to stop. But yeah, this is a question for you, Miguel. How would you feel about having Roberto playing as a CDM for you? I believe Sergio Roberto from Barcelona. And Harry really wants to get rid of him, and he wants to sell him to us. And I'm like, I don't want your
So,
sloppy seconds, but hey.
well, Sergio Roberto,
Hmm.
no, thank you. No, thank you.
You heard
We
that,
all.
Harry?
I
No.
mean, let's be honest. The only moment I could probably give Sergio Roberto credit for was when he did the 6-1 against PhD. That's the only thing I'll give him credit for. But for him to come to Man United, I'm like, no, thank you. Nope, not for me.
No,
We
not
already
for me.
we already have a class player in midfield, and that's Casemiro.
Exactly.
We don't need him.
And there's other better options out there. Come on, I'm like, no, no, no. I refuse.
Yeah.
I refuse. Thank you, Harry, but no, thank you.
Yep. No.
Respectfully. But yeah, okay, so your prediction that was 1-0, mine is 2-1. I don't know exactly who will score the goals. I'm thinking maybe Martial and maybe Bruno. Yeah, I have those
Yeah.
two to be scoring the goals. Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna
Hundred
be scoring
percent.
for Forest. Maybe like Brendan. Is it Johnston? He's called
No, yeah,
Brendan Johnston.
yeah. I think probably Brennan Johnson's probably their best attacker
Yeah,
because,
yeah, I'm
like,
thinking maybe
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Maybe him.
And to be honest, I think Malacia, him against Malacia, because that's probably what the thing is going to be in that game. Him against Malacia, like Brennan Johnson is fast. He is
Mm,
fast.
yeah.
Like Brennan Johnson reminds me of like a better version of Dan James. Remember when Dan James was with us?
Oh,
Like, let's be honest, like Dan
I
James
wanted it
had
to work for Dan James. That guy is quick,
like
but
he had all the pace, but the finishing quality is not there.
yeah, he wasn't there.
I mean, like, let's be honest. Brent Johnson can have those moments where, like, maybe he could have done better with his finishing, but if you give him a proper chance, he'll punish you. And I think him
Hmm.
against Malacia, and this is a perfect bounce back game for Malacia for him to get a bounce back as
To
well.
get a bounce
So
back for sure.
yeah,
I
hundred
think so
percent.
too. I've seen this update here regarding Varane's foot injury still being assessed. There are concerns his campaign could be over, but Man United are hopeful that that's not also the case. But we do know that Martinez is going to be out for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Varane
yeah,
hopefully will still be back. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's kind of the
yeah,
update there.
yep,
Um, and to those of you who just tuned in and whatnot, just rewind. Me and Miguel did do our, predicted starting 11 and whatnot, and also did put up a score prediction. So make sure to check that out. I gotta end the stream now, but it's been a nice match preview. Thank you so much to
yeah,
you, Miguel, for joining me for the match preview. You've
no
been
problem.
wonderful to have on, and just having a great
Yeah,
conversation with you. So yeah,
yeah,
big up to
yeah.
you.
Big up. Big
Yeah,
up to everyone in the stream. Thank you for having me, and it was a good show.
yeah.
100%.
100%. Big up. Reinforcement
Yeah.
says, BS, Sofia, if anyone tells you City's team are the best ever in the Prem, just tell them, yes, then ours were poor. And this is why Sir Alex will always be the GOAT. Tell him, Ring Lord, too. Tell him. Exactly.
Mm,
Always the
mm,
GOAT. I got his book over here. Love you, Fergie. Love you. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
Wonderful manager. Yes. Guys, I
No.
will be back tomorrow for a Chelsea Brighton watch along and a watch along, obviously, for this game. Forest versus Man United, and then a match
Yeah.
reaction after that. I'm gonna see if I
Yeah.
can, if you are free, Miguel, definitely
Oh, I'll
you're,
definitely be
you know,
on for the match reaction. 100%.
awesome, awesome. Then
Definitely.
yes, I will put that in the calendar. Great, awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, I will make sure to link your TikTok in the description
On
box so that you guys can
Twitter.
check
Twitter.
and follow
Mm,
him. Make sure that you
yeah.
give this video a big thumbs up. People, we got 25 likes. Let's try to end it at 30. And make sure you
Yeah.
do subscribe. We're not that far away from 1.5K subs. So it'd be great if we can get that happening very soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will also, by the way, be in about like 45 minutes. I'm going to be a guest on the Football Power Hour. It's a fellow United's channel from was one Poppy, aka Aubrey. He's been on the channel before, and it's going to be type of happy hour ish, trivia type of game. So that's going to be fun. So I'm
Yeah.
going to be linking that in the community tab so that you guys can check that out and say hi and whatnot. So yeah, but everybody have a great Friday wherever you are in the world, and we
Yeah.
will see you tomorrow. Big
up.
up, Ring Laura,
Big up.
C, Harry, everybody that's been here. Big up to y'all. And we
Big up.
are out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.